Be real. If you're over 60, chances are you found yourself typing a new ache or pain into a search bar, maybe late at night, right? Well, this is for you. We're going to talk about five common changes in your body that are totally, completely normal. We're talking not a disease, not dangerous. Because honestly, knowing the difference, that's the secret to actually enjoying your life instead of just, worrying about it.
So here's what we've got planned. First, we're going to tackle that midnight Google spiral. We all know it. Then we'll reframe how you think about your body. I like the classic car analogy. After that, we dive into those 5 totally normal changes. We'll lay out the normal signs versus the real warning signs. And then we'll give you a super simple peace of mind plan. Sound good? Let's go. The midnight Google spiral. You know exactly what I'm talking about, don't you? It's 2 a.m, you feel a new twinge, and boom, you're down a rabbit hole. And this usually leads to one of 2 classic mistakes. Mistake number 1, we absolutely panic over something that's perfectly normal. Or mistake number 2, we do the opposite, and we just dismiss something that actually needs attention, waving it off as, oh, I'm just getting older. Today, we're going to put a stop to mistake number 1.
So be honest with me. Have you Googled a symptom this week? Come on, you can tell me. It's something pretty much all of us do, right? That little search bar, man, it can have so much power over our peace of mind. But you know what? It really doesn't have to. All right, if you take away just one thing today, let it be this. Most, and I mean most, physical changes after 60 are completely normal. They are not a disease. They're not dangerous. They're just signs of a body that's lived a life. So let's really dig into what that means.
Okay, I want you to try a little shift in perspective with me. Think of your body not as failing, but as a classic car, a really well-loved, high-mileage classic car. It still runs great, right? It runs a little differently than it did when it only had 30,000 miles on the odometer. So let's think about a guy. We'll call him Robert. He's 67, he's healthy, but he is constantly worried about every little creak and groan.
And this quote just nails it. None of that means the car is broken. It means the car has been somewhere, done something, lived. It's so true. A car that takes a little longer to warm up in the morning isn't broken. It's just got history. Your body is exactly the same. It has lived. All right, so let's get into the real meat of this. We're going to look at 5 specific, super common changes, the kind of stuff that our friend Robert is probably worrying about. And we're going to break down exactly why they're happening.
First up, morning stiffness. So Robert wakes up, feels kind of stiff and creaky, and his mind immediately goes to the worst case scenario, right? Arthritis. But hold on, here's what's really going on. That fluid in your joints, the synovial fluid, it's like the oil in your car's engine. It settles overnight. And as we get older, it just takes a bit longer for it to get flowing again. We're talking maybe 20, 30 minutes of moving around. That is totally 100% normal. Now, if that stiffness hangs around for more than an hour and you've got swelling, redness, or warmth, okay, that's when you call the doctor.
You're gonna love this. There's actually a clinical term for those little memory hiccups. It's called benign senescent forgetfulness. I know, it sounds super complicated and scary, but all it means are those normal age-related memory blips that we all worry about. It is not dementia. It's just a standard part of how our brains age.
Okay, change number 2, those memory blips. Here's the key distinction. Normal aging affects your brain's processing speed, not its storage capacity. Think of your brain like a computer that's been running for years. It's got tons of files and programs open. The data's all still there, it just takes a second longer for the search function to find it. So forgetting where you put your keys, totally normal. But forgetting what your keys are even for, that's a different story. And that's a time to talk to your doctor. But having a word right on the tip of your tongue, that's not a scary diagnosis. For most of us, that's just Tuesday.
All right, number 3, feeling cold all the time. Our guy Robert is always reaching for a sweater, even when his wife feels perfectly fine. And no, it's not just in his head. There are a few real reasons for this. After 60, your metabolism naturally slows down a bit. You also lose some of that layer of fat right under the skin that acts like built-in insulation. And your circulation can get a little less efficient. It's just simple physiology. The key word here is gradual. If you've gradually felt colder over the years, that's normal. But a sudden change, a new sensitivity to cold, especially if it comes with weight gain or fatigue, yeah, that's worth checking out with your doc. Could be a thyroid thing. And here's another one of those fancy medical terms that can actually bring you some peace of mind. Actinic purpura. Again, sounds pretty serious, right? But it's just the official name for those reddish purple, kind of flat bruises that pop up on your forearms and hands after a really minor bump. They look dramatic, but they're harmless. So number 4 is easy bruising. And why does this happen? Well, as we age, a couple of things happen. That protective layer of fat under our skin gets thinner, and our bodies produce less collagen, which is like the scaffolding for our skin. This means the tiny blood vessels right under the surface are just more fragile and less cushioned, so you bump into a doorway and bam, you get a huge-looking bruise. That's super common on your arms and legs. But bruises that show up for no reason at all, or bruises on your torso, your face, or your back, that's different, and that's a red flag.
Okay, this next one might just be the most universal experience of them all. And yep, you guessed it, it has a medical name too. Nocturia. All that means is needing to wake up during the night to, go to the bathroom.
And finally, change number 5, those nighttime bathroom trips. So why does this become a thing? It's pretty simple, actually. As you get older, your body produces less of a hormone called ADH. That hormone's job is to tell your kidneys to chill out overnight. At the same time, your bladder just doesn't stretch quite as much as it used to. So, the result? Waking up once, maybe twice a night is completely standard procedure. But if you're getting up 3 or more times, or if there's any discomfort, or you're super thirsty all the time, that's when you schedule a chat with your doctor. Whew! Okay, that was a lot of information, I know. So let's pull it all together. We're going to create a really simple, practical summary. Think of it as a quick reference guide you can use anytime. So, as we look at this, you'll start to see a pattern, right? The big difference between what's normal and what's a warning sign, it usually comes down to just a few things. How long does it last? Like with stiffness. What type of thing is it? Like forgetting a name versus forgetting a relationship? Or how sudden is the change in where on your body is it happening? You can think of this chart as your personal cheat sheet for peace of mind. Look, the goal here is not to get you to ignore your body. It's the exact opposite. It's to help you understand your body. So let's wrap this up with a super clear 4-step plan to help you move from that anxious state to a place of proactive calm. It's really simple. Step 1, write it down. Get all those worries out of your head and onto a piece of paper. Step 2, cross-reference. Take that list and compare it to the 5 normal changes we just talked about. Step 3, make the call. For anything that doesn't fit or anything that came on really suddenly, just make the appointment. No more worrying, just take action. And finally, step 4, bookmark this website, nia.nih.gov. That's the National Institute on Aging. It's an incredible, trustworthy resource. This simple plan puts you back in the driver's seat. So we've spent our time today talking about all the normal things that people tend to worry about. But what about the other side of that coin? What are the symptoms that people consistently brush off as just getting older when they're actually serious warning signs we shouldn't ignore? Now that is a really important question, and it's exactly what we're going to explore next time.